Hey, it works.
It is like 5 degrees outside right now. My hands are already freaking cold. My hands are so freaking cold. It's so cold out here. Man, my hands are so cold.
All right, so I spent this morning making a wiring harness for the dash cam and the radar detector. I used high quality aerospace grade wiring, so there should be very little voltage drop. Let's go ahead and kind of look around and see where the best place would be to put this in, and then we'll go from there. We've got the harness right here, comes up above the mirror, goes through the headliner, boop, 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 comes down here, comes down, boop, drops down here, right through here, and inside there. And I actually have way more slack than I intended to have. So yeah, we can pretty much put this wherever we want. We've got enough cabling to get us there. So let's do that. So I just realized I don't have to drill a hole anywhere if I don't want to. I can just loop that cable up and set it in the glove box. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So for now, this connector is just gonna function as a disconnect. So when I need to take the glove box out or disconnect anything, I have a convenient disconnect right here. Now I'm going to work on putting a mute button. I already have the wires cut for a mute button to go right here. I shouldn't have soldered two of these connectors. I wired the mute button to this, which would allow the button on the adapter to mute the radar detector. But I want my own button to mute the radar detector. So I need to desolder two of these, but that's okay, because this is just connected to the small one here. Probably take this trim off and then see if I can snake the wire behind here. This trim piece, which goes right here, will have the mute button probably somewhere right there. But I can do that after I finish the electronics. So let's go in and build that harness. Okay, so got the mute button harness made. There we go. Oops, see it? Ooh, nice and professional. Got the heat shrink and the wire sheathing. So I think I'm gonna fish it this way up through here, poke it out here, and then we'll deal with that piece. And fix the mute button connector. I'm gonna redo this. This is a mess. And this part is the easiest thing that I can redo. Literally just unplug a couple things, take it out, and redo it. But for now, this'll work. I would really just like to get my dash cam and radar detector working again. So yeah, let's go ahead and fish that harness through the trim, poke it up through here, and we should be good to go. Okay, once again, made the mute button harness way longer than it needed to be. It just goes whoop, whoop, whoop. And I've got like 2.5 feet, 3 feet of extra wire, but I would rather extra than not enough. So this will all just hang out in the glove box, and yes, I have dogs. But yeah, this will just hang out in the glove box. It shouldn't make any noise since it's sheathed. You know, we've got the main plug, which is ugly as hell, the mute button, the main harness, and yeah, I think let's do a test of the mute button. Let's plug all this in, start it up, test the mute button, make sure that works. Okay folks, that's why we test stuff. The mute button doesn't work. I assume that it just made a connection between the mute button pins. I made an assumption hoping that it would be correct and that would be it. In hindsight, I should have just researched how that mute button worked. I was doing a little research. I found a pinout diagram, but I wasn't able to find the diagram again, but I found another forum post about the unit in R7, and it looks like the pin 1 is nothing on the RJ11 jack. Pin 2 is ground, pin 3 is positive, and pin 4 is connected to ground when the mute button is pressed. So I just need to identify pin 4 and then make sure that that comes down to one side of the button, and then connect the other side of the button to ground. So that should be pretty simple to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I modified the harness a little bit. This one is gonna go to the button. Here are the 2 button pins on the connector, right here on the red and black, but I'm not sure which one needs to be ground and which one goes to the connector. So I'm going to use alligator clips to clip ground to one end of the button, and then the other end will go right to the button. So when you press it, it'll go from this ground through the button to this pin, and if that doesn't work, I'll switch it out with the black one. Didn't mark down which one goes to what pin on the RJ11. Jot that into the lessons learned category. So we're basically just gonna experiment and see if this one needs to go to ground or if this one needs to go to ground. It is like 5 degrees outside right now. That's why I'm bundled up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna use these probe clip tips. Let me see if just the accessory power will turn on the radar. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. I don't think hitting the mute button right now will do anything. Oh, it does cause it to catch a little for a second. Yeah, see that? Okay, so I'm gonna watch that. Let's hit this button. Okay, that's not doing anything. So now we will swap the black and the red. All right, so now the ground is connected to the black pin, and we'll push the button. Oh, hey, I think that works. Ah. Oh, it does work. Hell yeah. All right, we got it working. So it goes from ground to the black wire. I just need to look at what pin number that is. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this soldered up. Sweet. Okay, we just came in from outside. We've got the connector with the black wire that gets continuity to ground when the button is pressed. So I'll make a pin-to-pin table for this connector. Then from there, we can finish up the diagram for our little PCB that we're gonna use instead of this jumbled mess of a interconnect harness thing. We got this mess turned into an even messier mess, but the radar pin, the correct radar pin, goes to ground when the button is pressed. So got that fixed up. What I'm gonna do now is start building a pin-to-pin table and just nailing down what pins need to go where. And then that will tell us how to wire up the PCB. And then I'm gonna do that and we should be good to go. Okay, so ignore my horrible workbench, but I think we're gonna drill it right here. I couldn't go too far this way because the plastic piece that holds this clip comes out a ways, and then there's the plastic bit that holds this one that comes up. I could probably fit it right here, but it would be very, very close to the AC controls. So I'm gonna locate it about right here. So we're gonna measure that, pick a bit, drill it in, and then take it into the car and see if it fits. Well, there's no going back now. Hands are so freaking cold. It is so cold out here. Okay, so got the trim piece, gonna put the button in behind there. Yep. This little washer on there. Man, my hands are so cold. There we go, we got our button. Wish I had more room for more buttons, but I can always get another one of these trim pieces. That's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and put this monstrosity back together. And this back together. Haha, hey, check it out. All right, so got the button here. And it should hitch for a second. Ah. Hey, it works. Look at that. Hell yeah. Now we got a remote mute button. I don't have to keep reaching up here to bop it. I've got a circuit board designed. I'm gonna order that real quick and then we can clean up this mess right here. Oh man, I am so excited. Let's plug in the dash cam real quick so I don't forget. Boom. Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, let me clean this up and I will join you guys back inside. Well, thank you guys for watching that. I am super happy I got that done. It works great and I look forward to being able to use that instead of having to reach up and grab the little mute button. So that'll be really nice to have in the car. I'm working on a PCB to kind of make the wiring in the glove box a lot cleaner, have like a communications kind of hub that includes the CAN bus, battery voltage, a few different things, in addition to what we did today to clean up that harness mess in the glove box. So be sure to stay tuned. I'll be posting a video about that. I'm going to keep working on the circuit board right now for that. And if there's interest, maybe I'll make a little kit for it. So thanks for watching. Be sure to be kind to someone today, and I will see you next time. Peace.